Welcome to the Life of Being podcast, where we talk about all things life from a healthcare perspective all around the world. I'm your host, Kelly Tan, and in each episode, we'll explore stories, science, and wisdom to help you live well, think deeper, and express life fully. Let's begin. Today, we are joined by an exciting guest. We have Dr. Jēkabs, all the way from Northern Ireland. Dr. Jēkabs is a Latvian doctor of chiropractic, graduating from the Welsh Institute of Chiropractic, University of South Wales. He moved up and is currently practicing in the Northern Ireland. Dr. Jēkabs, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, shall we start by you sharing your story in terms of how you came into chiropractic?
Yeah, so I think it's not exactly a unique story where when I was younger, I think about 13 or so, can't really remember. I had a lot of back pain. I don't know what exactly I did, but it lasted for a while. I think it's a fairly common story where practitioners had some sort of issue and now they want to deal with that kind of issue. So a story for me was that I actually didn't have anyone that helped me. So I originally come from Latvia. I'm from farming background. We lived in like middle of nowhere. There's nothing there. So I was struggling with that back pain for a long, long time. And firstly, I wanted to be a physio because that's kind of more normal in Latvia. Because actually, fun fact, in Latvia, the average person does not know who a chiropractor is. So they just don't have an idea, which kind of crazy nowadays. I'm a chiropractor. Most people wouldn't know what I do. Anyways, there was no one to help, so I got into this field and saw chiropractic. Thought it was way cooler than physio, so I ended up going for chiropractic, and I think it was great. I chose to come to UK to study chiropractic. I got an offer from Latvian University to study physiotherapy for free, which was okay. But the first thing I said when I got the contract, I was like, "Can I just cancel the contract right here? Because I've learned about chiropractic recently, and I want
Yeah,
to do that."
yeah.
So yeah, I ended up going to UK, which was a big
Wow.
decision, a lot of change, but I don't regret it. And chiropractor now, which is great.
So you saw a chiropractor back when you're having that back issue, which the
No,
physio
no,
did not.
that's the whole thing. I didn't. Didn't have anyone that helped me. I went to some sort of massage lady.
Yeah.
I think it was fairly helpful. I can't remember. I know I
Yeah.
was pretty sore for a long time. Must have been at least a year, possibly two, or maybe there was a flare up. So I can't really remember to be fair.
Mm,
But I had massage, which I guess did help to some degree, but didn't have the same effect that I see on an everyday basis where we help people
yes.
fairly. So
Yes.
yeah,
So you're
that
saying
was,
that like most people wouldn't know what a chiropractor is in Latvia.
yeah, which is actually crazy. I think it's fairly common in sort of Eastern Europe where
Yeah.
there aren't many practitioners.
Mm.
I'm probably wrong about this right now, but I checked when I was in uni. So the Baltic countries are Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania.
Mm.
So I was checking how many chiropractors are there. So Latvia has two now, but used to have only one, which was in the capital. I think
Wow.
Estonia had about three or so,
Mm.
and Lithuania had like five or six.
Mm.
So a population of those countries is between 1.5 to 4 million people per country. So they have a very open market.
Yeah. Yeah.
If people would know who you are.
Yes.
So yeah, when I actually showed out a chiropractor in Latvia, most of the people that went there were either internationals or people who have lived abroad and
Right.
knew who who chiropractors are.
So so like with how do you even know about chiropractic then if you didn't know about it or if you heard of it because you're looking through things, how did it
Yeah,
like stumble upon to you?
so this is a bit funny. I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so I saw one day I was just doing your thing, and I saw it on Instagram. I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. And then I think what happened with this coming up again.
Mm.
quite a few years back. I looked into the I looked into the chiropractic and law. Chiropractors are like we're addressing the root cause, which my belief at the time and still is that's what you're looking for.
Hmm.
We're not just trying to mask the pain or issues with medication or whatever. We're trying to look for root cause, and that really sort of vibed with me. I was like, okay, this is something I want to do, and yeah, that's sort of where I went.
And from you taking a plunge to the UK, why the UK? Is that one of the better option you have, or you feel like that's like a better place to
No,
be?
no, no, not at all. To be fair, so as a European citizen, so in UK at the time, UK was still in the EU
Yeah. Yeah.
pre-Brexit, so it was a little bit easier. So I looked at America, and the tuition fees were. Ooh, I was just looking at tuition fees and happen. And then, yeah, so it also had to be English speaking country or
Mm,
English university. So then there's Australia, which is really far away and really, really expensive as well.
right.
So it's also a no go. And there's universities in like France, I think Spain as well,
Mm,
Denmark.
mm,
Again, not English. So,
right.
and I spoke English somewhat okay. So I didn't want to learn an additional language to study chiropractic, so UK was the only option. And then University of South Wales, again, funny story, it was just cheaper. It was just
Yeah.
cheap at the time. And well, also I looked at the ACC, and they looked quite good, but University of South Wales had converted sort of Latvian grading system to what they
Mm,
versus the ACC hadn't. So I
right.
thought, right, Wales is cheaper. They already know what they need from me, so I'll just go for that.
Yeah.
And then I ended up in sunny Wales.
Sunny Wales, huh?
Okay.
And did you felt like what you learned in university or like even before university, when you're in university and after now you're working a couple of years in Ireland, was there any incongruency in terms of what you expected?
Oh, big time, big time.
Time.
This, this is
Tell me more.
becoming this is becoming a bit of a thing for me actually, where I feel like I want to talk to new graduates and be like, don't make the same mistakes. So at the time, I thought our degree was fairly good. Maybe a few issues. I mean, we went through COVID as well, so
Yes.
my first year exams were essays, which was annoying. But and then there was a lot of so on and so on, which did impact how we learned, and we skipped a few things. Radiology normal variants, for example, we never had the exam, so no one really studied them. Then we went to radiology in third year and fourth year. And we're like, oh, this doesn't look normal, and it's just normal variant, which no one really learned because if you don't
Yeah.
get the exam, no one learns them.
Mm.
So COVID definitely had an impact, but overall, as a new graduate, you have this idea of right. I've been in practice for our final year. Things were pretty well. I saw these few people and learned a few things. I know what I'm doing. And then you go in private practice, and you're like, oh, okay, this is very, very, very different. And particularly for USW, I think the way pushing evidence-based practice, I mean, yes, it is useful, but I felt like I was given slightly wrong impression of what evidence-based practice should be. And it's like, oh, maintenance care is evil and you're very unethical. And looking back, even like lecturers said, yeah, you can treat maintenance like people in maintenance, but they feel like they had to justify themselves. That
Mm.
really reinforced the idea of, oh, I shouldn't ask people to come back, and
Mm.
that long time to get rid of that because again, my principal was saying you need to book every single patient back in, and you need to treat them again and again. This is not just gonna. You're not magic. It's not magic. It's not gonna just go
Mm.
away. You
Yeah.
wishing. So yeah, that was a big thing where I felt like I wasn't really prepared for all of that, and the private practice is very very different than what you get learned taught in uni. So it was good. It was good to shadow thing places. I think
Mm.
new graduates should spend a lot of time shadowing. Actually, a lot of time to actually
Mhm.
see what's sort of going on.
Did you did much shadowing when you're in your, is it only in your final year that you started shadowing, or were you doing a lot more even before?
Yeah. So I didn't do enough.
Mhm.
So we went to three places in total. There was this clinic in Essex. I think it's called
Yeah.
Life Chiropractic.
Nice.
They they actually pay for the traveling and
Mm.
living accommodation. They pay for those expenses for students to come and shadow,
Nice.
which is very very nice.
Yeah.
As a student, you don't have a lot of money around. Don't
Yeah, of
know if
course.
people do that, and if they do, people should use that because it's really
Mm.
really. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for in terms of what I wanted to do in terms of practice, but it was good to see because they had three clinics and they
Mm.
had I don't know 6, 7 practitioners, so and ranging from 5 minute appointment to 15 or 20, so you can see different treatment styles, and it was
Mm.
quite good to see that when you're
Yeah.
still in uni.
Just different styles, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I wish I would have done a little bit more, to be fair.
What is it that you were looking for then when you're shadowing, and why did you end up choosing Northern Ireland?
So right when I went to Shadow, it was more of a necessity, to be fair. I was because we were looking for jobs. Well, so when I say we, my wife is a chiropractor as well.
Yep.
So we needed two jobs in roughly the same place, and the whole job search was somewhat stressful
Mm.
because of this limitation. There's
Yes.
a lot of jobs for new graduates.
Yeah.
There's plenty of choice. I don't know if that has changed, but when I graduated, there was a lot of clinics looking, but again, they're kind of scattered around. Always,
Right.
the big cities are always an option, but we were both not really
Mm.
looking to go to London
Yeah.
or Manchester or these big cities. So Northern Ireland kind of just happened, to be fair. It sort of things worked out and aligned, and just yeah, we just rolled with it and kind of all worked out in the end. So
Nice.
we're pretty good. We're pretty good in that sense.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's good that everything just works accordingly
Yeah.
for you guys, for
Yeah.
everyone in your family.
Northern Ireland was definitely not where we like looked. We didn't look for Northern Ireland. I didn't know anything about it. It just sort of happened, and yeah,
Mm.
it's good. It's good. Fun thing again for Northern Ireland is again not many chiropractors around. I don't know the statistics. I don't want to lie, but I think there's any about 30 to 40 chiropractors in Northern Ireland,
Mm.
which again, you take a suburb in London, you probably have near enough that
Yeah.
many chiropractors.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, underrepresented here.
If you were to go back in time, is there anything you'd change, or is there any advice you'd give to yourself when
Hmm.
you're younger?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say I wouldn't necessarily change anything. I think how things were pretty good. Well, I would give advice for sure. Just look more at chiropractic. So I think possibly what happened is I was so like focused on exams and being in uni, doing uni things, that I didn't really think about the wider scheme of chiropractic. So what actually
Mm.
people are doing on how are people doing things in private practice, what's going to be the next step when I'm going to see 10, 15, 20 people a day instead of, in our final year we saw
Nice.
six. That was a busy day. That was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
really,
yeah. Six was like maximum.
yeah. So it's going to be different when you see hundreds of people or per month and make a living out of it. It's always going to be very, very different.
Mm.
So I think, yeah, if I would give advice to just sort of look around, shadow, and don't have to go far. Like Wales was full of chiropractors. Probably should have said there was chiropractor in Pontypridd, which was 10 minutes away, and there's plenty of them. So I should have just sort of poked around and can I come in for an afternoon for 2 or 3 hours and just talk to people because what you think as a student versus what's really out there is very, very different. Very, very
Mm.
different. So that'll be my advice just in terms of chiropractic, just shadow more and learn more about chiropractic while you're still have time. Because once you start working, time suddenly is a
Yeah.
finite resource.
What made you have that shift then in terms of understanding that what was taught in like school was not what was actually in the real world?
So it was a bit of a process, right? So I started off. So I have to be very thankful to my principal. The clinic is very busy. I started off quite well. When I look back to some of the older cases, I'm like, right, I would have done things differently
Mm,
now. But it was a very good sort of environment to learn. My principal is very knowledgeable. She helped me out a lot. She's very busy as well, so we didn't have awful much time, but we spent a fair bit of time talking and practicing. So that helped. Probably the biggest breakthrough was when I did my first seminar, which is actually only a year later. It took a while to sort of get around to it financially and so on and so on. I did my ART, active release seminar, spine. So it was actually very, very useful. So that was a big breakthrough where I started seeing more consistent results.
mm,
Uh, because that ART is a pretty good technique if you do soft tissue. I think it's a fairly effective sort of soft tissue technique, and it did work. It did work very well. I
mm,
started seeing better results, and that sort of also gave me more sort of. I'm getting more results. I'm feeling more confident. People are getting better, and putting ideas to the patients. Right, you should come
mm,
back, and you see this is working really, really well. We got through the pain really quickly, but we should maintain this as well. Before, maybe the confidence wasn't there, and
mm.
the results were maybe not as consistent, all these kind of things, and just kind of, yeah, work your way through it. First year is I spoke to quite a few people that after their first year,
Mm,
and it's always a big learning curve. Like
exactly.
things go wild,
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
go wild in the first year.
definitely.
But it's not. I guess it's normal.
Mm,
Chiropractic is a tough profession to start. I have to
mm.
say, it's very tough in the beginning.
Why
Very
do you
very.
say so?
So, well, first of all, I think financially is very difficult. At least was for us because we don't have family here, so it was pretty much
Mm,
on.
mm,
So you start work. You've put down your GCC fees, your BPA, or whatever insurance you have. You have put down house deposit, and you haven't even gotten paid. So you're
yeah,
a few £1,000s down before your first salary, and the first salary usually is not that big.
exactly. Yeah. Takes time
So
to build up, isn't it? Yeah.
it takes time, and I thought, and then you're also not that good in the beginning. Uh,
Mm,
so again, it's tough to sort of get things rolling. I found it took me about a year to really see, okay, things are going pretty well, and I'm still learning. Like, I won't say I'm an expert or anything, and
mm,
things are still growing, things are still getting better. I'm still learning things, and my practice is expanding, and there's still room for improvement, but things are much more stable nowadays, 2 years out. So I would say at least in my situation, it took about a year to really see
mm.
consistent patients and so on, and things are
Yeah.
stabilizing. Not as, oh, didn't really know what this was, so they didn't come
Yeah.
back.
And how would you explain to people to make sure that they are maintaining what they're having? How do you usually explain that? And how did you shift from not understanding that and now it's like understanding that this is helpful for people?
Yeah. So I think for me, actually, was a bit of a fear of because so obviously people pay for the treatment, and it was a fear that I'm not delivering enough. You know,
Hmm.
worth enough because I wasn't confident in my skills and I wasn't seeing like I mean I still help people. Most of the people got better, but I didn't have the confidence and maybe the self worth in terms of also I was hesitant to tell people right you'll need quite a bit of treatment for this and I was thinking about money. Maybe back of my head I was like I wouldn't pay this guy
Yeah. Wow.
for
Okay.
this. Yeah, well, maybe not that harsh, but I just didn't have that confidence. I think
Mm,
this is big for maybe a lot of people, maybe not. I actually don't know, but to me, it helped actually to look at other people and read around about the topic. How
mm,
you're providing a service, so obviously you want to get paid for that service and for your knowledge and for your skills. And the money part was actually a big part where it's like, this will require at least sort of say 6 sessions to see
mm,
significant improvement to get you
mm.
there.
Mm.
That is fair amount of money for law people, and
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't per se sure and confident to help people that. And I was trying to get the results as quick as I can, which I still kind of struggle with, but I'm getting much, much better. And I fell in a trap where I was trying to get results as quick as I can, do as much as I can, so people get better real quick. And then they just sort of, oh, I'm better. I don't see you again until I'm sore again. And I started seeing not that long ago a lot of people that I used to see in the beginning. They come back with the same exact issue,
Mm.
and that again clicked to me. Right. Well, if you're back again, exact same issue, we probably didn't do something quite right.
Mm.
It was a conversation with people, right? Maybe let's have a bit of maintenance treatment here and there. I don't have to see you every week or every month. We
Mm.
can do a little bit less frequently, but let's keep on top of this because these things are not per se preventable, but we can reduce the chance of you coming back in and say, oh, I'm
Thank you.
sore again. So that helped, and just understanding that body needs time to heal, body needs time to adapt, how things are working, experience as well, seeing certain patterns and understanding, okay, this is going to take about this much
Mm.
time, and this is what if I do this, I would expect this to happen. So experience did play a role as well.
Mm-hmm. What motivated you to go to this seminar? Is it by your principal chiropractor, also by your mentor, or you just went for
Sure. So ART for sure was my principal. She's been using the technique for maybe 10 years or so.
Wow, okay.
She was one of the first people who used ART in Northern Ireland,
Mm.
and she's seeing very, very, very good results with that. So did ART. I recently actually did the upper limb as well. So
Mm.
I did the spine, upper limb. My plan is to do lower limb and then the nerve seminar. Eventually, it's next year in Belfast, so I'm hoping to do that. Pretty cool tool because I do a bit of soft tissue. Probably a little bit less these days, but it's a very, very useful tool for the adjustment. Just doesn't clear it completely. There's
Mm.
sometimes you need that a little bit of soft tissue if there's a soft tissue issue. How I
Yeah,
think about it, if there's a soft tissue issue, you use a soft tissue technique. If there's a
yeah.
joint issue or nervous system issue, you use an adjustment to clear that.
And how would
So
you differentiate the both then between a soft tissue and also a joint nervous system issue?
yeah, so I mean, there's patterns as well, like symptom patterns, and how I treat actually is I first adjust. So both always the first test,
Mm.
adjust, retest, and see what happened. There's amount of things if I do this adjustment on this person, they have this issue. I know what's going to happen, and if it doesn't, okay, I start thinking why it didn't happen. Or sometimes I see, right, this just kind of feels like soft tissues are not really doing what they're supposed to do. Try to clear the joint. A lot of times, the issue disappears because, from what I understand, joint inhibition, like joint issue
Mm.
dysfunction, is inhibiting the muscles or the
Mm.
nerve and then shuts off the muscles or the tightness from again joint dysfunction. So clear the joint, recheck, see the soft tissue is still there. If it is, clear that, and I think that provides fairly good results for at least how I practice.
Mm. And did you say that you recently focused a little bit more on the adjustment, you say, or do you do less of ART? Was that what you say?
So yeah, I've been doing a little bit more adjusting. So
Mm.
I took a very, very good course in Scotland, in Aberdeen, with
Mm.
Enchiridion training with Aidan Robinson. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so it was really, really good. It's based on Leonard Fay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You may know.
Ah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
guy who founded ACC. So the adjustments are based on his sort of material. He retired now, and Aidan took over his legacy and teaching
Is
his
it? Yeah. Luna Fey is the one that does motion palpation, is it? Or is it a
yeah.
different one?
Well, as far as I know, again, don't quote me on this. He branched out from, or get kicked out, or bullied out, or whatever from the Motion Palpation Institute. I don't know the full story.
Okay.
Someone told me about it. I don't know, but yeah, they're linked. They're linked. They're definitely.
Okay.
But I found it really, really good.
Mm.
Helped me massively. Again, Aiden's actually doing now more courses, and he's doing one in February that's specifically designed for new graduates or students, which I think is really good. Uh,
Mm.
because again, it teaches some bear adjustments or so the basics of it is you find the joint restriction in which direction is restricted, and then you that restriction, you clear the restriction, and then you retest and here people are better. So that was really, really useful. And for new graduates, I would highly recommend. On another note, I guess, bit of shameless advertising. Aidan's coming to Northern Ireland to me.
To your practice, to your
No,
clinic.
well, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
I spoke to him and he's coming in
Oh,
14th to 15th of March.
next
So,
year.
yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
So if someone wants to come,
Yeah.
Sunday, Northern Ireland.
And visit
So,
you. Okay.
yeah.
We'll definitely put the link in the description so it'll be enough time for them to join you and learn. What is it about? Is it more like upper limb, lower limb, or is it how is
So
it?
that's going to be a full
Okay.
body adjustments. So you get your spine, your extremities. It's really good.
Yeah.
If you're a diversified practitioner, I think it's very, very good of adjusting. In the course we did, there was a wide spectrum of sort of people. There were people who are new grads, and there was a few people who've been in practice for 10 to 20 years, and most of, I think all of them found it very, very good. Either as a new technique or a refreshment, or it was quite useful. So I think his stuff is pretty good if you practice with diversified.
So it's based more on a diversified technique, but it's just like a protocol in terms of how to adjust the
Yeah, yeah.
spine and yeah.
Very, very, very basic is you look at the joint, look which way it moves, whether restriction is in one direction. You find the restriction, for example, in the neck, let's say flexion, and then you adjust it in flexion. We didn't get taught in uni. We're just kind of just crank it.
Just make some sounds.
Yeah, make some sounds and it'll probably a little bit better. Which was very, very, very cool to finally figure out how to adjust things differently. Because there's plenty of people where probably maybe not so much for you nowadays as you use different technique. But if someone has a neck issue, you feel that's kind of stiff. You adjust it, it's still kind of stiff. So maybe it's just different direction, and you need to use different adjustments. So that was really cool. Found it really, really, really good.
So as a doctor of chiropractic where you are now, take me back to the most life-changing conversation that you ever had. What was the greatest advice you ever received in your life?
So I don't think I have a particular conversation. I won't be able to recall one. In terms of chiropractic, I think Aiden was a really good sort of course that I did. It changed a lot of things for me. Definitely did. I definitely gained so much more confidence in adjusting, and it was actually very, very recent. It was that about 5 weeks ago? So
Nice.
that was really cool. I wouldn't maybe say life changing, but
That's
not
changed something.
it had a significant change in the way I practice, a huge change. And probably in terms of my professional life, yeah, it was quite a huge development. And it was really good. And I found it extremely useful. And one, I guess his advice was, which I already kind of did, is what he said is if the only thing that you take from this course is test, do the adjustment and retest, which again, some people don't. I started doing that more, and that for as a new graduate, I think is very, very useful because I didn't do that. I didn't check. So you check your things, you adjust them, and you just sort of pray it helps. That was me as a new graduate. So I think just checking things, and even if you're not too sure if something changed, if things feel looser, if things feel the joint feels better or muscle feels better, just check. Make sure still you learn from it. So if you do something, you recheck and didn't go away that you expected to go, it's still a learning experience. So you can start thinking, well, okay, why didn't this happen? And it gets you thinking. So I think that was really, really good advice, honestly.
How do you know about Aiden and the course? Is it just randomly or?
Our mutual friend Kinjin, he told me about it.
Did he went though? Did he went up for the
Not
course?
totally. He did it. He did it a while ago, maybe a year ago. And we were just chatting, and he told me about it, and I looked at it. I did actually Aiden's upper limb seminar in March, which is a 1-day seminar. And I I thought it was really good, but it was
Hmm.
very upper limb and sort of neck. And then I did a full 3 day course in Aberdeen, another very sunny place.
Sunny, they say.
It was actually sunny. I was there during the storm, Amy, I think, and it
Yeah.
was actually not that bad.
You brought the sun up, hey?
Yeah, it rained a little bit. It rained less, surprisingly.
Well, towards the end of the conversation already, I know it's just lots of your stories. We're just scratching the surface. Before we wrap things up, is there anything you want to leave the listeners to? Any advice or anything that you want to point towards? We'll definitely leave the any links that you have into the show notes so they can reach out to you also.
Yeah, so well, I would just say you need to do if you're a chiropractor who is just kind of thinking, right, I'm doing okay, but not quite where I
Mm,
wanted to be. There's a time to do adapt a new technique. So how I see things, I want to do so many different seminars. There's so many different things out there that can help. For example, different techniques, completely different technique. I looked at some of the Simon King stuff, which is very far from diversified. I found it
mm,
very good as well. And then you can go different routes, upper cervical adjustments, or just poke around, see things. I want to dive into a bit of SOT as well.
mm.
So at least to me, checking different things out and seeing how well there's the danger of you acquire too many tools and then you sort of don't use them. I know about that as well, but
Yeah.
I feel like having more tools does help. And if you're a new graduate, just do a seminar. It's worth it. It is a lot of money, especially as a new graduate. But as soon as you can do a good seminar, ask friends or ask colleagues or just do a good seminar, and you'll find things are a lot more better. You're gonna
Mm.
get a lot. You're just gonna gain so much. Seminar is great. Learn different techniques.
And I think like with students or even new grads, sometimes most of the time they'll have like student price
Yeah.
and you're investing in yourself so they can do better and technically
Oh,
earn more. So
there's a huge return from a good seminar.
yeah, and the people
When,
we meet also.
oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Found when I did the ART, I probably saw about 20% more people very quickly. It was
Wow.
very quick. It kind of paid for itself fairly
Yeah.
quickly. So
What-
I would expect something similar would happen with law
Yeah.
courses.
Which seminar you would point to a new grad then? Like what's the first one
Uh,
you should do?
so probably Aiden.
I'll
Every
definitely give Aiden's link, like put
Yeah,
a
yeah,
match in Northern Ireland, and they can probably reach out to you while they're in Northern
yeah,
Ireland.
yeah. No, 100%. Aiden is doing a lot of cool stuff. I should mention they do a collaboration with, you may know, Chris Chippendale. Uh,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and Simon Billings as well
Wow.
with chiropractic nutrition. So
Mm.
they do a sort of cooperation
Correct,
where
yeah.
three of them are sort of giving
Mm.
people communication, nutrition, and adjusting.
Mm.
I think you can look at that kind of stuff. It's really good for, because again, I think nutrition is a missing link.
Mm.
I could do a 5 hour podcast on nutrition. To be fair,
You'll probably have that there.
big mind. So I think a lot of people are missing that as well.
Mm.
Most people are deficient in a lot of things. So as a chiropractor, yeah, you shouldn't maybe say, oh, you have to take all these supplements, but tell
Yeah,
people maybe have a look. Maybe you should take a bit of magnesium or take a bit of vitamin D3 or so on.
yeah. Where's the best place we can find you then?
Find me in my clinic, well, not my
Like
clinic.
your clinic, like email or something if they want to come and like
So
ask any questions from here, or if Aiden next
yeah,
week, will email
I'll
be better for you?
leave my email in the
Yeah.
comments. People have questions, which I'll be surprised if they do.
Well, maybe they want to reach out and like shadow you in Northern Ireland potentially.
Yeah. We do have a few people coming in now and then.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
another interesting thing about Northern Ireland, just last thing,
Yeah.
is Timothy College opened a part-time clinic, a part-time
Oh, yeah.
university in Northern Ireland.
Wow. When did it happen?
It happened this year. They opened just this year. So
Nice.
big thing for Northern Ireland in terms
Yeah.
of
That's
it's a
good to hear.
part-time,
Yeah.
5 years. But I think once the first batch comes out, I guess
More and more.
gonna start to thrive. So
Yeah.
I have 5 years without competition yet.
Still a lot of lots of market for you to serve.
Plenty.
All right, then. We'll wrap things up there. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Jēkabs, for sharing your story and sharing like loads of different gems for new grads and like different seminars that they can pick up from. And we'll leave your description and any links that you want to point us your email into the show notes for them to reach out to you if they have any question. And we'll speak soon then, all right?
Thank you. Thank
Thank you
you.
for your time.
Bye.
Then, bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to the Life of Being podcast. Let us know what is your one key takeaway from this episode. And if this conversation inspired you, share it with a friend who might find it helpful today. Until next time, take care of your health and take care of your being.